And now I'm cheesing my way back to you, Van, with a burning cheese inside. Time to talk pack.
I'm gonna bring it down a little bit here. We lost another good one. Paul Hornig passes away.
Yeah, and I'm going to misquote this, but Vince Lombardi always said he was the greatest football player he ever coached.
That was not misquoted. I believe that was exactly correct. Um, Paul Hornig, Golden Boy, Heisman Trophy winner from Notre Dame in the 50s, played for us in the 60s. Actually got in trouble for betting on games for a minute there.
Whoops.
Yeah, he got in trouble for that, but he came clean about it and whatever else. He actually won the Heisman while the Notre Dame went 2-8. I think he's the only player to ever win the Heisman on a losing team. But he led the Fighting Irish that year in passing, rushing, scoring, kickoff returns, punt returns, and punting. And on defense, he led the team in passes broken up and was second in tackles and interceptions. That dude was ridiculous. He was picked number one overall in the 1957 draft. This is a record for 46 years. In 1960 he accounted for 176 points via touchdowns, field goals, and extra points. He was a kicker too. That stood for 46 years.
Damn.
They were playing a 12-game season.
Damn.
And it took until the 14th game when it was broken in the 16-game season for it to be broken. Wild.
That's insane.
His number 5 has never been actually officially retired by the Packers, but no one's ever worn it since.
You think they'll retire it?
I hope so. LaDainian Tomlinson actually broke it with 186 points on 31 touchdowns. But,
wow.
Yeah. So, he actually Paul Hornig was about to miss a title game too, and Vince Lombardi called JFK and was like, "Yo, can he play, please?" And John Kennedy said, "Paul Hornig isn't going to win the war on Sunday, but the football fans of this country deserve the two best teams on the field that day." Then he went on to score 19 points, which is a record at the time, and 1 rushing touchdown, 3 field goals, 4 point afters, and a 37-0 win over the Giants. He is wild. He went wild. He was an amazing football player. Unfortunately, this year we've lost 4 players from that team, from that generation. We've lost Herb Adderley, it was a couple weeks ago, Willie Wood, Willie Davis, and now Paul Hornig.
I mean, it's just that age. You know, he's 84 years old. You're sad to hear him go, and truly condolences go out to the family. But it's unfortunate. I think we're going to see some more great ones go.
It's just becoming that time, man. He finishes 9-year career, only 9 years too. He only played 9 years. He actually, when there was an expansion draft when the Saints became a team, and Lombardi actually exposed him to that. He was drafted by the Saints, never played a game. He retired right before them. Before that, 9 years, 760 points on 62 touchdowns, 66 field goals, and 190 extra points, leading the NFL in scoring for 3 years in a row, 1959 to 1961.
That shit is insane.
But on the bright side, let's look at the bright side.
Yes.
We locked up my boy for 4 more years.
Yeah, no, but I saw that and I was like, Van is somewhere. He's right.
David Bakhtiari becomes the highest paid offensive lineman in league history. I guess to go alongside the highest paid nose tackle, too. At one point, Aaron Rodgers was the highest paid quarterback. Anyways, 4 years, up to $105.5 million in new money. At its base salary, it's $23 million a year and could reach $23.5 a year with a $30 million signing bonus.
I mean, I feel like our O-line is looking good. I really think so. I mean, Billy Turner is the one person who, I think he's playing well, actually, but
that whole offensive line is playing really well. They've had so many injuries and shuffling. And
that's what I'm saying. Like, Billy Turner is the one person that they have shuffled around a lot, so you can see when he's.
Elton Jenkins moved around a lot too.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. You're right.
Anyways,
that O-line has been good though. That's been very good. I mean, including Billy Turner.
On the offense, aside from the quarterback, the next most valuable player is left tackle. hands down. That is the blind side
Including,
blocker. That is the blind side blocker. That is, he sets. That is the most important player besides the quarterback on the offense.
all right, I'll think about it.
They're not like that is the offensive line equivalent of when you have the man, you pay the man.
All right, I'll think about it. There's a lot of
So we
important
paid the
players.
man. Now the problem with paying the man is next year the salary cap is expected to go down about 20 million, 23 million. And we've got a lot of money tied up in Bach, Kenny Clark, Aaron Rodgers. We still have to pay Jamal Williams and or Aaron Jones. Who else is due? Corey Linsley is due. I think Jair is going to need. Well, no, we wouldn't need him yet. Anyways, Kevin King, maybe Josh Jackson, maybe. I don't know.
We got people to pay. They got mouths to feed, and I mean, definitely the purse strings getting a little tighter after this one. But I think you got to pay Bach. I don't. I mean, what would we be saying right now if it were like Packers decide to let Bach walk? Like,
I would say it was stupid.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta pay him. You gotta make. I mean, I think he wants to stay, and he's.
Yeah, I don't know why
he's a player in his prime. We gotta pay him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know why more players don't take pay cuts, though. Honestly, I mean, I know you want to be the highest paid at your position, but you think about if you had a team that was a bunch of all-stars and you wanted to basically keep the band together, wouldn't you? Like Brady did that. Brady took a pay cut to keep better players around him. Wouldn't you think more players would do that?
I don't know. I mean, I think Rodgers is going to have that in front of him at his next contract discussion.
Yeah.
Are you like, we want to keep you, but we can't, like, I don't know. I think by the time Rodgers is up for that negotiation again, because he's going to be what? He's going to be damn near 40 if he's not already.
I think 41.
Yeah, 41.
40 or 41.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully we'll get to that point to begin with him, but he'll definitely be in that discussion.
Mm-hmm. On to this week's game. We win 24-20, but it didn't feel good.
No, it looked really disjointed.
It was very disjointed. It was very windy again.
It was super windy. You could tell when they were playing in the good wind direction versus the bad wind direction.
Yeah, and Jair was out. Kevin King was out. I thought Alan Lazar was supposed to be active, but he wasn't.
No, I think
they held him out again.
I couldn't tell if they were holding him out because they were like keeping him in reserve or if he had to wait one more week to clear IR.
I think they have to activate him by this week or he has to stay on IR. Aaron Rodgers moved up to number 11 all-time on the all-time passing yards list.
Yeah, that was tight. I saw that.
We had 2 turnovers after only having 3 the entire year up to this point. Poor tackling. Looked like we just didn't.
Defensively.
We weren't really in it,
Defensively.
Except MVS had himself a day.
He really did. He had almost 150 yards on
143 yards on I think 4 or 5 catches.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I was like, that yard per catch is through the roof. It was over 30 yards. It might have.
Wow, he did get the assist from that one ref.
He did. I mean, he did. But to be fair, if that ref hadn't been there, he would have still been in. That was the right cut to make.
It was the right cut to make.
No. So there was 2 things that was really surprising to me. One is I thought our D line was better than that. The D line looked like shit. They were just shoving the ball down our throat over and over and over. In the first half, it felt like they always had the ball. Yep. I don't even know. It was like
although time possession was still actually basically even or a little in our favor even.
Maybe at the end of the game, we had the ball a lot in the second half. The first half felt like it was the Jacksonville Jaguars. We go out. It's the first drive where we didn't score. It's a 3 and out. I mean, again, you can see that the drive is affected by the wind. There's a ball that you see start drifting a little bit.
I mean, Jake, that rare punt return for a touchdown that they had on us. I think J.K. Scott basically outkicked the return unit.
Yeah, I mean that ball
because the wind took it and sailed too far, and the return unit couldn't get down there in time.
Yeah, the coverage. I mean, at first I was like, "Oh shit, that's the deepest kick," and then it was like, "Well, where are all the people
And then J.K. Scott got juked out of his fucking shoes.
It was absurd.
That was so bad. He just looked. Oh,
He looked like that puppy that peed in the house, but he hopes you can't find it.
it was
Like,
bad. It was bad. I don't know. Aaron Rodgers actually, as much as he threw 325 yards, he looked a little off all day too.
I see. I couldn't tell.
He was leading people. He was throwing in front of people a lot. And then the one ball he threw for a pick, he threw behind someone.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, man. I really felt like Aaron Rodgers was trying his best to like counteract the wind and stay in that high precision passing that he likes to do. And it was really a day that you just needed to like only make the pass where you could hit somebody in the body. It's just like that's the kind of win they were dealing with. But I mean, the other turnover is Devontae Adams makes a catch,
really rare fumble,
makes a football move, and coughs up the ball. It was just
very rare by him.
So, honestly, though, this goes back to my point about the defensive line. I also felt like our offense was getting like bullied at the line, like not our O line, but like our receivers, our running backs were getting pushed and crushed. Like they were really checking us.
Yeah, and you know what's funny about that? Now you mentioned like getting checked at the line, and the officiating was poor, pretty poor across the board. I thought a couple of big touchdowns erased by some pretty ticky-tack calls, but there was one that we got called for pass interference after review, and my understanding was you can hand fight and whatever else within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing. The commentators didn't even mention that, but I was like,
nope, didn't. And
they're hand fighting, and then the dude trips, and it's like
they're hand fighting, and he goes like
it looks like what he actually does is they're hand fighting, and he tries to make that second move, and his toe gets caught in the ground, and he falls down.
Yeah, and then we get called for pass interference, and I was like, what about the 5? No one mentions the 5 yards anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've also, speaking of our offensive line getting pushed around, our short yardage running.
Yeah, it was
poor. It's been poor the entire year.
The running game just couldn't get the running game usually gets off the ground. This game, it didn't happen. They were just getting bullied. Honestly, they're getting bullied. They were using short passes in place of the run game this week because it just couldn't get started.
And I also, sorry. Also, Devontae Adams had a couple of really nice catches. One of them got erased by that touchdown.
Yeah.
The other one, the last one of the game was that huge, like really high up catch. Like I just started laughing when I saw him catch that one because that dude just does shit every single game that just makes me amazed every time.
I was so impressed by that, and I was like, please come down with it because he gets hit in the legs. He's like up there reaching for it, and he gets hit. So like, I was like, please don't get hurt. Please come down with it. Like I had a moment for a second, but whatever. It turned out to be okay.
And then defense actually ended up coming up big at the end of the game with 2 sacks. Rashawn Gary and Preston Smith, 2 big sacks.
Rashawn Gary was in it. On that last series, Rashawn Gary was in every play.
Now, there was Twilight Zone shit going on that at the end of it was like, all right, Jags, one more chance, 4th and 26. And I was like, fucking Fortunate Son starts playing overhead, fucking helicopters. Bow, 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 bow.
Oh,
if you don't remember 4th and 26, go fucking look it up and have your heart broken.
I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, that's the Packers.
Next up, Colts. Be a hard game, actually. Colts
be tough. We got to play way better.
4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central. Got flexed to the cool spot. But
next time,
Phillip Rivers is the quarterback over there now.
First chance we get, we need to tighten up for fucking sure.
I mean, our defense does for sure. Jonathan Taylor, Wisconsin running back, plays over there now.
There you go.
Yep. That's it.
That's it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.